Hello and welcome. Today we are in the tier 10 Swedish destroyer, the Halland. We're playing a match on the map Tears of the Desert, and because it is ranked mode, Tears of the Desert is epicenter guaranteed. And I start out the match by heading straight towards the middle of the map because I want to launch torpedoes into that gap there, that gap behind there. But Daring, please don't sail into my torpedoes, okay? I need to launch these. Daring, please, please, please don't. Okay, good, he's turning away. I'm gonna launch the torpedoes. And now, we simply wait. Well, actually, because the Daring is also in the middle cap zone, I can go out from the middle here. So my plan is I'm going to swing outside. Maybe we can get the second circle. But the plan is to swing outside, see what I spot on the northern side of the map. And then maybe launch torps at the enemy Daring over there, where that Daring is, you can see, 7 kilometers away. If I go to the side, maybe I can launch torps in that general direction and maybe we'll get lucky. So, by the way, it's a match with no CVs. How interesting, isn't it? For now, though, there's a Petropavlovsk behind me, so I don't really need to worry about anything. Because Petra does have radar. Oh, those torpedoes! Hello, Stalingrad! How are you doing this fine morning? Or evening? Whichever it is. Oof! What a way to start a rank battle, isn't it? Just take 47,000 damage from torpedoes. Why not? And I'm guessing he's gonna turn away now, and the push he was planning on doing probably is not happening. Which is actually really good for us, because it means the enemy doesn't have a crossfire as quickly anymore. Oh, the Petra is radaring the Daring. Let's fire our guns. Come on, we can deal some damage. Okay, Daring actually did lose a fair bunch of HP there. She shot us in return, but that's okay, it doesn't really matter. And now that the Petropavlovsk is over here, this means that she's essentially like an anchor for, I would like to say my team, but really it's just me. A battleship probably doesn't care as much about this anchor, but as a destroyer I do care about whether that Petra is there or not, because she can ward off evil enemy destroyers. Okay, so they have a Venezia over there. Remember, there's no real radar on this side, since the only radar they have is the Stalingrad that I already torpedoed, which is now going to the back or edge of the map. Okay, now that we're over here, we can launch torpedoes at this evil Daring. Unfortunately, our Daring has left the middle cap zone, so perhaps the enemy actually is not in it anymore. But hey, I guess we'll find out eventually. That is, they're in the process of leaving so that my torpedoes wouldn't hit, etc. Which would be sad, but we did get the outer zone, so it's okay. I think, at least. Okay, next up, I guess I'll go harass the Grosse Kurfürst, especially considering how low she is. At 55k, that's actually a ship that we might even be able to finish off. So, you see, one of the important things when you want to win games is you need to focus fire, that is, you need to take out the enemy guns or firepower as quickly as possible. It doesn't matter if you deal 50% of the HP damage to every single enemy ship, it's much better if you take out at least one of them. That way they will have fewer guns on the board. And so focusing ships out, such as this GK, is actually quite useful. In fact, for battleships you don't necessarily even need to actually sink them. Simply just dealing enough damage that they're so low that they're afraid of being sunk soon is enough, because a battleship tends to not be quite as effective at long range as she ends up being at shorter ranges. So this is actually really good, and maybe we can help a little bit with torpedoes. Because I do think that this GK is not suspecting any torps. Now, I'm gonna launch on the line and slightly behind because the GK is moving away diagonally. And if I were that GK, I would do the same thing. Well, actually, I would like to sail away essentially in a straight line from where I currently am, because, I mean, look behind me, right? There's a Montana. Well, there's actually two Montanas there. But she can't, because then she would run to the border of the map, right? So she's going to go away diagonally. And she'll weave and do all of those things, but my torpedoes should still be on point, especially since they're Halland torps, which are supremely fast. Okay, so... oh, my torpedoes look pretty decent, don't they? Yeah, anyway. there's one of the destroyers is still in the middle for sure, because RPF is pointing over there, and the fact that we're not actually capping the base. So I'm going to enter here. Oh, yeah. Good job, GK. Catch more of them, please. I'm going to sail over here and stop, because we can see the Halland, and I want to make sure there's an island between me and the Venezia, so that the Venezia can't shoot me. Other ships might be able to shoot me, that's okay-ish. I just want to make sure Venezia can't shoot me. So I'm just gonna sit here behind this island and just keep shelling. Look, island between me and the Venezia? That's exactly what I need. Oh my god, that Halland's taking so much damage here. I don't think it's likely we're going to sink her unless somebody gets a big salvo on her. But she is gonna be very low and then afraid of us. Oh, that wasn't very good, was it? Anyway, because we dipped behind the island for a moment, now we can go back out again, and we are concealed. Oh, a Montana. Is that Montana gonna enter the center cap? Because I think she might. The enemy is a bit behind, so maybe the Montana feels pressured and feels like she needs to. I'll wait a little bit until I get to this edge over here, because I want to see what that Montana does, because she might just turn in, or she might end up turning out. But since I'm already at the edge, I'm gonna make my choice. One set, and then a second set slightly later. Now, the first set is probably going to slow the Montana a little bit down, so I'm gonna aim it slightly behind. I probably should have aimed slightly further ahead, but whatever. The decision has already been made. Oh my god, that first set looks really good. Like, really, really, really good. Is that gonna hit everyone? Well done, Montana. Well done. Why not just land every single torpedo? Why not? I guess I can start shelling now. Sadly, my second set of torps is gonna be slightly behind. I thought the first set was gonna slow her down a little bit more. Like, I figured she would turn in some way which would slow her down. Oh, I guess I did still hit one torpedo, but still, I thought she would slow down more. You know, try to turn in or turn out or anything like that, which would slow the ship down. On top of the whatever damage she takes, or flooding she takes from the torpedo, which would also slow her down. Sadly, that didn't happen, but whatever. Doesn't really matter, because that Montana is going to go down in a little bit. Goodbye, Montana. And I think this puts us in a commanding lead. Oh, that was a great battle. That's actually a very good line here, because it does feel like the game just ended here. Wait, Halland, what are you doing? Halland? Halland, what are you doing? This isn't gonna... I think you would have lost this fight just to the daring alone. But then there's also me. Well, regardless, I guess we got one of the last DDs on the enemy team. She did launch torpedoes, but it's not like they're unexpected, so these should be fairly easy to dodge. Ooh, is that Kremlin gonna come around the island? Maybe I should leave some presents for her. Just around the island there. Because, I mean, she looks kind of lonely over there. Maybe those presents will help her feel better. Anyway, we're gonna take the middle zone. The enemy team is gonna take the second circle. But we also get the outer one, so things are good. They only have 3 ships anyway, so it shouldn't matter too much. Venezia, Kremlin, and still one... Is that a daring? I think that's a daring. Can't actually read it on the minimap. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's the red on green like this. It kind of blurs together.
Victory is in sight.
Oh, Kremlin. Kremlin! Oh, hello. How are you doing this fine evening, morning, day? Oh wow, I guess 5 torpedoes wasn't quite enough. She still has some HP. So let us use our amazing guns. Aww. I mean, ranked is so easy, right? Just like land all your torpedoes. How hard can it be? Let's just... Okay, I was hoping I could maybe arc enough shells over, but sadly, a Thunderer got there first. She stole my Thunder. Now there is only that Venezia left, but as you can guess, it's unlikely for that Venezia to win. Although, you never know, right? Maybe she detonates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us. I don't think that's very likely to happen. It seems very, very difficult. But she did, I mean, sink that Montana, and that was a fairly healthy Montana. Speaking of which, earlier on you might have seen me type, right? The game before this, I was in a match as a Venezia, and I fought the Montana, but it was arms race, which meant that we had heal buffs ticking, and I hit that Montana with 200 shells. We fought for like 6 to 8 minutes in a row, and he got down to like 2 to 5k HP, I think 2 or 3 times, but because of the ship's normal heals and the constant heal from the buffs, it was quite ridiculous because I was unable to sink her. It was an enlightening experience. You can just angle against a Venezia when you're low HP, and then it's difficult for the Venezia to deal a lot of damage. I don't think that smokescreen is going to help you win, Venezia. It might help you survive, but hey, repair costs aren't a thing anymore, okay? At least not based on the damage you take. So this is kind of pointless. You should have just not smoked because you can't see anything now. Oh well, we still win easily. Not still, we do win easily. And I had quite a game, didn't I? 142k damage, 19 torpedo hits. I still can't believe so many of those torpedoes landed. And I mean, look at this result, right? Look at this result. I have so many torpedoes, and I was still barely number 1. 130,000 with the torpedoes. And I did capping, I fought the enemy destroyer and all of those things. It's kind of difficult to get a lot of XP in a DD in ranked for some reason, at least when it comes to epicenter mode, I feel. Because most of the time you'll just spend locking the cap rather than taking any. But still, I mean, just like land all your torpedoes. It's not that hard, is it? So let's go over the commander skills and upgrades, but I'm using the same build that I did in the past, in my previous Halland videos. So priority target, and then last stand, survivability expert, then concealment expert, always in this order by the way. Concealment expert, your 10-point skill, then adrenaline rush, radio location, and superintendent. In fact, actually superintendent should probably come before adrenaline rush, because the ship does have a heal, which means that you want your extra heal. I think RPF is important because your concealment is 6 kilometers, and there are ships with better concealment levels, therefore you need to know where they are. Then torpedo tubes, torpedo reload, obviously concealment, then propulsion mod, then even faster torpedoes, because it's a percentage based increase, which is always nice to have, then engine boost, and last main arms modification 1. Man, this is a great Halland game. Very few Halland games end up going this well. People usually don't catch all of your torpedoes like this. But today they decided to do so. Which camouflage do I go for? You know what, let's go with this one. It looks very swirly. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons and patron. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.